He is neither a king nor a god, yet he is called ancestor by the Jews, father of faith by Christians, and friend of Allah by Muslims. Who exactly is he? Why does one person's choice influence the foundation of the three major religions? He is not a poor farmer, nor an ignorant shepherd. He comes from Ur, one of the earliest centers of civilization in the world, Sumer. Ur was an important city in ancient Chaldea, located in the lower reaches of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. It was a thriving commercial hub with advanced astronomy and dense religious activity, functioning as a city-state. Abram lived in this land where stars and temples intertwined. Abram was the 10th generation descendant of Shem, son of Noah, born 390 years after the Great Flood. His father's name was Terah. The family was wealthy, and in Ur, they belonged to the upper class. Abram himself not only possessed wealth and land, but also had a retinue of mercenaries capable of independent campaigns. His status at the time was more like a combination of a local lord and a thinker. But what set him apart most from the people around him was what he was thinking in his mind. At that time, his identity was more like a combination of a local lord and a thinker. But the biggest difference between him and those around him was what he was thinking about in his mind. Under the temples of the Sumerians worshipping multiple gods, Abram began to propose a shocking and radical idea. There is only one creator in the world. In ancient times, every mountain, star, and even river had its corresponding deity. But Abram advocated, they are not gods, but servants who obey the one true God. According to the later Jewish historian Josephus, he was a renowned astronomer and philosopher in Ur, well-versed in celestial movements. He said, if the sun, moon, and stars are gods, then their movements would not be so chaotic, because they do not operate on their own, but are commanded by the Creator who issues the orders. These words may seem philosophical today, but at the time they were considered a great offense to the entire Sumerian religious system. This also angered the nobility and priestly groups of Ur at the time. They opposed Abram and besieged him, so he decided to leave. By then, he was 75 years old, in the stable midlife period, yet he heeded the call of the Creator. Leave your land, your relatives, your father's house, and go to the land I will show you. Thus, he took his wife Sarai, his nephew Lot, and his household servants, setting out from Ur, heading northward, crossing the Euphrates River, passing through Haran, and finally entering Canaan. This journey marked a new beginning for a nation. Interestingly, not only does the Bible record him, but even the Babylonian historian Berossos mentioned, 10 generations after the flood, there was a man among the Chaldeans, great and upright, knowledgeable of heavenly truths. The Greek historian Hecataeus also wrote a dedicated chronicle about Abram, and Nicator of Damascus recorded, he once served as a lord in Damascus, coming from Babylon, and later led his tribe to Canaan. This implies that Abram was not a lonely nomad, but a leader of a group with organization, ideas, wealth, military strength, and foresight. He moved from a prosperous city to a desolate wilderness, from temples with idols to intangible faith. He left the center of the world, but headed toward the core of faith. When he arrived at the oak tree in Canaan, he built an altar and offered sacrifices, not for the land, but in response to the Creator who called him to move forward. This is the starting point of the Jewish nation, and also the origin of the common ancestry of the three monotheistic faiths, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Abraham, formerly Abram, he did not leave his homeland because of poverty, but because of faith. He did not flee Ur due to failure, but because he saw a deeper truth. Have you ever thought, if you were born in a world filled with gods, would you dare to question the status quo? Are you willing to leave the familiar world for an unseen voice and step into an unimagined future? In our next episode, we will continue to tell how this father of nations took root in Canaan, how he went to Egypt, and how he parted ways with his closest kin. Will you be the one daring to leave the hustle and bustle? Feel free to share your understanding and insights about Abram in the comments. Lastly, I want to ask everyone, is my outfit today fun? I'm Angus. See you in the next episode, Josephus Jewish History to be continued. Bye-bye.